do you find good traits in your students that make them successful in the program?
Great question. Grit. I think like what you were taught as a kid in kindergarten, be nice to others. If you got nothing nice to say, don't say anything at all. Don't hit, like all those little things. That's it. Because it's a relationship business, right? And relationship with your patients, your surgeons, admin. Those characteristics. Can you get along well with others? EQ, emotional intelligence,
Yes.
like not IQ. That is the name of the game. I don't care how smart you are. And they've done studies on this. Like you could be the best doctor, CRNA surgeon in the world, but just be.
Yeah. Joe, something happened. Hang on. Yeah, yeah, we can hear you now. I'm sorry, you cut out for a second.
The Apple too much time on this app thing
Oh
coming up.
Lord.
My bad. Perfect
Okay.
time. But I mean, where was I saying?
EQ, emotionally intelligent, emotional
Yeah,
intelligence.
that's the biggest thing. So like, can you get along well with others and be adaptable? Man, that's everywhere. Oh, the study, they did a study, and if like you could be the best, smartest guy in the room, but just an asshole, I hate to say
Yeah.
it, and likely get sued. You could be totally incompetent, probably kill someone due to malpractice, but you're nice, agreeable, and caring, and that family will thank you. It's just, and they've done that story. So that right there, right? Like no know-it-all-isms, right? Like if you come and you're like, I'm the best ICU nurse and I know everything, and you're not teachable, that's a problem.
Hmm.
Can you be teachable? And then one of the sayings we have, and you know, I mean, I know you've heard this, we've all heard this, and we go through the rigors of it: capitulate to graduate.
Yes.
You know, you don't have to agree with it, but you don't have to tell them you disagree with it and why, right?
Yes.
Just, yeah.
What's is there GPA that your students must maintain to proceed in the program?
Yes, got to maintain a B minus average, which is like a 3.1 or something, I think, at national, but no C's,
No,
you know.
no C's, you guys. Ain't no
But
C's with degrees over here.
that's it. You know, B equals CRNA. So you ain't got to get A's. I would tell you to get A's, but one of the things we see when you come in is that everybody's competing. And that's the one thing we tell residents: competition's over, right? They say
Yes.
competition's for losers. We're trying to collaborate. And so at this point, how do you work together and study? If you can get an A, shoot for it. But, you know, a B will be a CRNA. So
Yes. Um, what are some of the most prominent barriers to success that your students see, if any?
yeah, one of them we're seeing right now is those that live more than 30 minutes away from campus. Man, you know, because it says proximity is power, right? And so you average of the 5 people you hang out with. If you're living out of town, just coming in for some classes and all of that, you're going to be out of that beehive mentality. So you got to be around you join the program, that's your new people, that's your new family.
Hmm.
You know, this is hard stuff. It is not like nursing. When I went to school, I thought, hey, CRNA school is going to be like nursing school. Man, it was the hardest thing I ever did. I didn't study in nursing school. I worked 2 full-time jobs. I was married, had a little kid, and in nursing school. Pharmacology teacher said as long as I got an A, I didn't have to come to class. And man, I love that because I went up and I was struggling in CRNA school because I had to learn how to study. You got to read big old books, and
Yeah.
that's all right. So
Yeah.
you want to be around other people that are doing that, because otherwise you're going to the thing is, in anesthesia school, the volume of content and the short amount of time you're doing it, you don't have time to catch up. So as we said,
Exactly.
no C's lead to degrees. I like that. You know, like if you miss one test and you bomb it, it's hard to get back on that horse. You can
Yes.
do it. You mess up twice.
Um, yeah, yeah, yeah. It's hard to come back from that. What kind of clinical sites do you send your students to?
Clinical sites, so we're California, Nevada, Arizona, and Texas. We're in those 3 states, primarily California. We're heavy California, heavy Arizona. But our sites specifically, the reason that we have them there, 90% are independent practice CRNA.
I love that.
We do
Yeah.
have only 2 sites that are a care team model, and we think it's you need to go to a care team model at least once so you know what we're talking about.
Yeah.
But most come out. I mean, we're averaging over 300 nerve blocks, close to 45 central lines, over 100 epidurals, spinals, sick cases, hearts. Our first quarter residents already done all their hearts, doing the TEE probes.
Nice.
That sets you so far apart, because when you graduate, you go anywhere you want. You write your ticket.
So do your program require your students get like a butterfly or something like that?
Yeah. So funny, my daughter, I did a butterfly interview and I forgot about it. My daughter was somewhere this recent. She goes, "Did you do an interview or something for a butterfly?" It was funny, and I'm like, "Oh yeah, I did." And she goes, "How come you didn't tell me?" So I had some explaining to do. But anyways, yeah, we do a butterfly. It's fantastic, and we big on POCUS. And one of our new grads has been out 9-10 months. The other day we had a code. I'm in big trauma center here in Modesto, California. Code, and our CRNA, right? And this was a physician-only place. Now we got CRNAs and all this ruckus. And CRNA comes in there, puts his probe on, and says, "I don't see any movement through the femoral artery or any of that." Immediately implemented. Fantastic is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You learn that
Like and I tell people, we expect it to be flexible, like having ultrasound skills. Like if you're an ICU nurse, like get used, pick up the ultrasound. Practice putting in IVs and all of that. Like just getting those skills together going to help you tremendously in CRNA school.
Yes, sir.
Like I was putting in pick lines. When I remember I told you I went out to Maine, I was putting in pick lines. Like, what? Okay,
but it sets you apart, and that right there, I guarantee you, we see that you do your pick line nurse or what you just said. Man, I already want you in my program if you're a
y'all hear that?
Right. So,
how do your students typically come up with their doctoral projects for their get their DMP?
Yeah, so they have faculty advisors, and we typically do group projects, and it's pretty robust. But we find that synergism of working together under the direction of a mentor just really helps you know what you don't know, right? Because the reality is, most people don't know how to do research or even where to start, and so we guide you. Man, they're doing really good things. We got 3 of them. They did a research project. They invented a 3D printed cheap video laryngoscope, and they're going to disseminate it in Kenya, actually in November. And
nice.
They do cool stuff, right? Like we do mission work here, which is kind of cool. Not a lot of programs do that. We're big on it. Stuff like that.
Nice. I like that. I wanted to do mission work, but I was a part of the COVID cohort, like when it first broke out. So it was like a no.
There's still time. If you ever want to go, we can talk offline. But seriously, man.
Yeah. I love, because I'm all about regional anesthesia.
Yep.
What's your board pass rate for your program?
100.
Nice. What percentage of your students graduate with a job?
Time I had a little alarm go off. What was it?
What percentage of your students graduate with a job already?
100% employed, typically way before. So perfect time to be a CRNA. But man, and we've got some stuff, so we're starting to build scholarship programs. We're doing some really big things.
Ooh, like that.
And we'll pay for your education. We want the best and the brightest. And we're building a team, and 100% are employed. Really great time to be a CRNA. But especially national, because you can go anywhere.
Yes.